If they raided his home just to find classified documents he took from the White House, he will be reelected president in 2024, hands down. It will prove to be the greatest law enforcement mistake in history. Yeah, 1000%. The FBI had a warrant, gained access to Trump's residence in Mar-a-Lago. They got into a safe, and that's all we really know. They say it could be because he took classified documents, and the presidential archives or whatever said that he had some classified documents, even though as president, you can declassify documents. I don't really know what's going on. And no one else knows either. Trump has the warrant, but he won't release the warrant for obvious reasons because it's very good for him politically. So when you look at this whole thing, it almost seems like it's a pro-Trump false flag. That's kind of what it seems like. Like people in Florida like put this together to make Trump look better. There's got to be some meat here, or else this is just going to be so good for Donald Trump. Like this is the best thing that's happened to him if there's nothing here. If it's over documents, this is absolutely the best thing that's ever happened to him. And this is a bold move. But I wish that Trump would publish the warrant. I wish we get some more information. We just don't have it right now. But I'm going to bring up this here from Andrew Yang. He says, I'm no Trump fan. I want him far away from the White House as possible. But a fundamental part of his appeal has been that it's him against the corrupt government establishment. This raid strengthens that case for millions of Americans who will see this as an unjust persecution. Yes, Andrew, you're absolutely right. Now, this isn't him being like, I want that to happen. This is just him stating reality, which people that align with themselves with the Democratic Party have a really hard time accepting reality, as do those that align themselves with the Republican Party, because when you're on a team, you're blinded. You're now blinded to the inconvenient reality around you. It seems like it was authorized by a local judge in a particular FBI office without buy-in or notification of higher levels of government, but literally no one will believe that or make a distinction. It's probably bureaucratic, but it seems political. And this is interesting. So if this was like a pro-Trump false flag, right? Like they're just doing this to make him a victim, that's how you would do it. And this is very conspiratorial, obviously, but it's like, it's kind of interesting to think about, right? Because this just makes so little sense. It's either a pro-Trump false flag to garner support for him, or the Democrats have to have something, because there's just no way they're going to Russiagate 5.0 here. It just makes no sense at all. This is a quote from the Politico kind of play-by-play article here. It says, if they raided his home just to find classified documents he took from the White House, one legal expert noted he will be reelected president in 2024, hands down. It will prove to be the greatest law enforcement mistake in history. Yeah, 1000%. Now, I want to bring up, we're going to read some other tweets from some of the GOP members here and some other folks. But this chick here, JoJo from Jers, I don't know, I followed her on Twitter like a long time ago, and I kind of just like passively watch. She is the most cringe, obnoxious person that exists online. She is more cringe and obnoxious than Charlie Kirk. And Charlie Kirk I despise that human being. It's insane. She says, no one wants your takes, Yang. No one. Go away already. Like, what a bitch. Like, this is all she does all day long. I don't even ever get on Twitter, but every time I do, she's just tweeted something. It's disgusting, dude. Like, is Hillary Clinton your hero? Do you think Kamala Harris is actually competent? Like, I don't understand. Well, I'm trying to find a way, a justification to be this bought in. You know, I get it with like the MAGA people that are like the establishment charismatic leader thing. Anyways, neither here nor there, but I've never brought her up on the show, but man. So you've got here Ron DeSantis. The raid of Mar-a-Lago is another escalation in the weaponization of federal agencies against the regime's political opponents. While people like Hunter Biden get treated with kid gloves, now the regime is getting another 87K IRS agents to wield against its adversaries. Banana Republic. And you're going to see anything that has to do with GOP is just Banana Republic, Banana Republic, Banana Republic, Laura Ingraham, Tucker Carlson, Sean Hannity, Gutfeld, Fox in the Morning, whatever it is. Banana Republic. It's going to be the thing. It's probably going to be trending soon. Kevin McCarthy says, I've seen enough. The Department of Justice has reached an intolerable state of weaponized politicization. When Republicans take back the House, we will conduct immediate oversight of this department, follow the facts, and leave no stone unturned. Attorney General Garland, preserve your documents and clear your calendar. Wow, we should do this with all three-letter agencies. FBI, CIA, NSA. Let's just do it, all of them. How about you just get some oversight on all those motherfuckers? These conservatives are only upset about these institutions whenever they're weaponized against them. Now, somebody who shares the last name of Kevin McCarthy, I don't know if there's any relation, but through, what's the guy's name? McCarthy, in the McCarthy era? I forget his first name. This is the guy who weaponized the CIA and the other agencies to go after people they believe to be communists or homosexuals or whatever in the federal government. Turns out that guy actually liked little boys, you know? So like that was a weird whole deal. That the McCarthy era was a very strange time, but people forget about that. People forget about the way that conservatives treated their political opponents once upon a time. And, you know, It's like poetry, it rhymes. Now, I'm not defending the Democrats that they're the ones that made this whole thing happen, because I think it's a huge blunder, but I like to point out hypocrisy on both sides and just kind of historical context for when this has been done before, and it has been done before. Believe you me. Mike Pompeo says executing a warrant against the ex-president of the United States is dangerous. The apparent political weaponization of the DOJ FBI is shameful. AG must explain why 250 years of practice was upheld with this raid. I served on the Benghazi comm where we proved Hillary possessed classified info. We didn't raid her home. I wish they would have. That would have been fantastic. I think they should raid her home right now just because. Marco Rubio. After today's raid on Mar-a-Lago, what do you think the left plans to use those 87,000 new IRS agents for? Now you're going to hear this. It's not about going after Trump. It's about going after you. That, my friends, is manipulation. That is bullshit and manipulation. Here's the thing about the whole 87,000 IRS agents, in my opinion. If you're going to go and try and audit and hold the ultra wealthy accountable, right? Because somebody will be like, there's only 150 billionaires. Well, it's like, no, we're not talking about just billionaires. It's just one of the biggest straw mans ever. When people are like, well, there's more new millionaires now that were self-made than there are trust fund, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no. No one gives a shit if you have $1 or $2 or $3 or $5 million. To be completely honest with you, that's great for you and then you're gonna have a great life. It's just not a lot of money. What we're talking about when we talk about wealthy people is 100 million plus, okay? And when you have hundreds of millions or billions of dollars, you have a legal team that is able to do your taxes in such a way that is super convoluted. So if you want to audit these people, it could take teams of hundreds to go through all their bullshit, all their holdings, all their companies, all their assets. It's a lot to deal with, right? Which is why I think the IRS chooses to audit people who make less money, like in the $25,000 a year or whatever, to audit for some reason. One is probably because of potential fraud or things like that, because you would not take that income if you're a drug dealer or doing some kind of fraudulent activity. That can make some sense, but that doesn't account for all of that. But also just because it's easier because they don't have a legal team, a finance team to go through. So if you see that bullshit, like this getting dovetailed and kind of like pushed into this whole new IRS expansion thing, you're being manipulated. So just keep that in mind. And also, I still want my tax return from 2020. I have never gotten that. So I would like for one of these 87,000 new IRS agents to get on that soon. Because if you ever tried to get like customer service from the IRS, they need about 50,000 customer service agents. That's all I'm saying. And maybe with that 87,000, they'll make it simpler. And, we can let the TurboTax lobby get and they can just tell us how much we owe and we can pay them, and that'd be at the end of it without having to do this whole hoopla where they know how much we owe, but they won't tell us anyways. Somebody says Biden is the dictatorship they spent years pretending Trump was. Oh, wow. Oh, more stuff. Unprecedented. Banana Republic. Andrew Cuomo. DOJ must immediately explain the reason for its raid, and it must be more than a search of inconsequential archives, or it will be viewed as a political tactic and undermine any future credible investigations and the legitimacy of January 6th investigations. Wow, Andrew Cuomo, you hit the nail on the head, bro. I'm actually kind of impressed. The Hodge twins here to manipulate you into liking their shit. They're not after me, they're after you. I'm just in the way. That's unlikely, but whatever. We just don't know. We'll figure it out. We're going to be talking about this for a while. Just like when COVID happened, we all had to become like amateur epidemiologists, right? Just to like kind of have an idea of what's going on. Now we're going to learn more than we wanted to know about classified documents and classified document procedure, what that means. Like, it's going to be so obnoxious and so silly. And if this is just another Russiagate thing, like the Democrats can get but there's probably some more stuff going on here. They've got to have some meat. Or else it's just a complete waste of time. I don't know what to say. Andrew Yang is spot on. JoJo from Jurors is completely wrong, but that's pretty much standard for her. And now you're seeing how it's being manipulated and talking about the IRS agents and the blah, 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 and this other stuff. Like, we don't know much information. We don't have much information. I'll keep you guys up to date as best I can with anything that seems relevant. But if I had to choose, if I was a betting man, which I am, if I had to bet, I would say it's most likely overreach by the FBI, and there's a whole lot of nothing here. I think it's probably a big nothing burger. I kind of hope I'm wrong here, and it's something about like there's some Epstein shit going on. But given the track record of the Democratic establishment, it's probably a gigantic nothing burger. Best case scenario for everyone is there's some juicy Epstein stuff here and we get a little bit more information on that whole deal, but highly unlikely. Here's the deal, Jack. YouTube hates us. They hate us. We're being persecuted against. I don't want to say it's because of my race, but we can make some assumptions. You know what I'm talking about? And one thing you can do to really help this channel out is subscribe, hit that thumbs up button, turn on post notifications, and leave a comment on this video. Okay? Overcome the hatred. Be the change you want to see in the world. Live, laugh, love. subscribe to the fucking YouTube channel.